Welcome to Uncle Blashapi's kitchen. Today, we're doing ricotta cheese. Very simple, fresh ingredients. Anyone can buy these in any local supermarket. You got pasteurized milk, whole milk, not ultra pasteurized. You got cream, and you got lemon juice. You got 4 cups milk, 2/3 cup cream, what is that, 1/3 cup, and a half a cup of lemon juice. You're gonna need 2 bowls, a colander lined with 2 layers of cheesecloth, a large unslotted spoon, some salt, and a large stainless steel pot, and a thermometer. First, you want to add your milk. Try not to slosh it around too much, so you don't want to get any milk skin as you cook. Then you want to heat your burner to medium-high heat. It's like the 6 or the 7 on most stoves. And you're going to want to let it heat slowly so that you don't bring it to a rapid boil and break the milk. Then, as it's heating, stir in the cream. Then, add your kosher salt. You have to use kosher salt because natural salt doesn't have iodine in it. Iodized table salt actually kills off any natural bacteria that actually create the cultures that separate the curd from the whey, which is milk. So you don't want to kill any of those naturally occurring bacteria. Alright, so here with the lemon juice, this is an acid, so it's going to go into the milk and cream after it reaches about 175 to 185 degrees. What we want to do it at that temperature, because at that temperature, that's when the milk fat is ready to release from the proteins. You're then going to put, when it's ready to do that, you pour this acid in, it drops the pH, then releasing both. You want to keep stirring it. You never want to leave this to sit. You want to keep watching it. If you walk away, it's easy to scorch the bottom. And if you scorch the bottom, that flavor is going to get throughout the cheese and it's going to ruin the taste, and it's going to be throughout the cheese and pretty much garbage. Alright, so to check the temperature on this, we'll do it in Fahrenheit. You just simply take it and set it in. And continue to stir it around, and it'll eventually pick up the temperature. Now during this process, if the milk gets over like 195 degrees, and starts approaching like 203 degrees, the milk will actually boil and completely foam over, and at that point you can't make cheese with it either. That's why you kind of want to do a gradual heating, not too quick. Won't scorch the bottom. Right now I'm at 101 degrees Fahrenheit. When I finally do reach about 175 to 185 degrees, the milk and the cream will start creating almost like a latte foam on the surface. And that's when it's about ready to get the lemon juice. This lemon juice, I used actual lemons, squeezed them, and then strained the juice off as well to get rid of any pulp that might have escaped. Any pulp that you put into this is also going to stay with the cheese. So for it to not have so much of a lemony flavor, you want to be able to get rid of some of that. It'll actually drain off. Most of the acid and the lemon juice will drain off with the whey. You'll see when I put it into this cheesecloth. All right, we're at 115. Right there, you can see it's starting to get that latte cappuccino machine froth going. We're just about there. I think we're ready to... All right, now it's really getting frothy in there. We're at 177. 178. All right, so I'm going to stir it a little bit more. I'm going to remove it from the heat. This will continue to heat for another second, so I'm just going to stir it. Then I'm going to add this lemon juice, but slowly as I stir it. I'm only going to add half, well, only 2/3, and immediately you can start to see it curd. Right there, that little velvety look that it's getting, that's the curd separating from the whey. Add a little more. Kind of stir it in. If you stir it a little bit more now, it's going to be a finer cheese. If you leave it to sit longer, it'll be a little bit of a thicker cheese. I like mine in the middle, so I'm not going to stir it too much. Add a little more. I want to see this separate a bit more. All right, now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist. All right, alarm's done. 5 minutes has passed. We're going to take the milk that we just cooked and pour it into this cheesecloth. All right, you want to be careful because this might be hot. And just slowly drain it all off. All right, and almost immediately you can start to see curds. And the reason why I said get 2 bowls is what I'm going to do is start transferring them as liquid drains off. And every time I'll just dump it back into the pot. Now the reason we're just draining it and then letting it sit, we're not actually going to take it and squeeze it like you would on any other type of cheese that you might make, like a hard cheese or a fermented cheese. Since it's fresh cheese, we want to have some of the whey left behind. And with ricotta and the way you make it, it can actually be a preference, and especially where you come from, on how loose you like it, or how dry you like it, how thick you like your curds, or how loose you like your curds. And they say that you want to let it rest and drain by gravity for no less than 20 minutes. The most you want to let it drain to is about an hour. Reason being, the longer you let gravity do its thing, the more liquid that is going to drain off. So for now, what I want to do is go ahead and just let this sit for 20 minutes. Don't touch it, don't look at it, don't smell it, nothing. We'll come back in 20 minutes and I'll show you what it looks like then. Thank you. All right, 20 minutes has passed. We haven't touched this. We didn't look at it. Well, I looked at it a little bit. But here you can see the whey has drained away from the curds. Now if you transfer it, you can see this is where most people would think it was too loose, but it's not. It's actually perfect for eating like this. That is ricotta cheese. Now this is on the loose side. This is 20 minutes. Now me, I don't like it like that. Though it is perfectly edible. And incredibly delicious just like that. Now this, you would eat it straight away with fruit. You could put a jam in there with a piece of crostini or something. Me, I like it firmer, so I'm gonna let it sit for an hour. Alright, the alarm's gone off. My ricotta cheese has been resting for 1 hour. As you can see, it's thickened up quite a bit. I like mine a little more thicker because I use it for stuffing. So now, this is ready for me to take out of here. This is the fun part, collecting the ricotta. Set that to the side. Cheesecloth particle. And there's your ricotta cheese. It's about 2 cups worth of cheese for this recipe. And you can take this, put it in a container, refrigerate it, save it for later. And this cheese is good for about 3 to 5 days in the refrigerator. Again, you can eat it straight up, you can add it as a dessert, or you can use it to stuff or make sauces. Thank you.